The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. Welcome to Africa's Leading Ladies. My name is Patricia Esikote. She provides affordable interior design and decor services for home and offices without compromising on quality. This is Amore Home Collection story. As a little girl, Evelyn Fares had a passion for art, and as she grew up, that's where her heart settled. Evelyn, the founder of Amore Home Collection, a business that focuses on household supplies and decoration, started with painting on canvas, then graduated to throw in pillows.
Amore Home Collection does a lot of things at the moment. We do interior decoration, we do paint work, the houses or offices, we do draperies, we bring a lot of things. We outsource if there's anything in specific that you would want and you cannot find it in the market and you feel you are not able to risk your money and bring it or shop it online, we can bring it for you up to your doorstep.
Evelyn found herself falling in love with making houses look beautiful and the small things that enhances the beauty of a home.
We offer paint work, we offer interior decoration. If you need your house to be uplifted a bit, we offer that service as well. If you need anything that deals with the household, we're not only restricted to maybe let's say the living room, decorating the living room, anything. If you need beddings, if you need kitchen items, just mention it. We will bring it to you.
With the eye for detail and passion of stylish, Evelyn followed her dream to become a home decorator. With the love she had for quality stuffs, Evelyn was driven to exporting different types of household supplies from different parts of the world.
Nothing comes easily. The export process is not as easy as many people think. Though we usually have people on ground who check on the quality items that we've ordered before they get into the country. Now, there are times there will be delays and probably a customer has deposited their cash with you and they feel the product has taken a bit longer than expected. Now you are tired, you don't know how to handle all this, you're trying to convince the customer to be a little patient, yet you find that your items are still held with the customs, they haven't been cleared and all that.
Home, clothing, decor, gifts and vintage objects are some of the products and services that Amore Home Collection offers.
I started saving back then before I decided to quit my job, and then by the time I was quitting, I had already started the business. I was doing it as a part-time job, but I could see my performance was not doing well. So it's either I had to give my employer 100% or give my job 100%, my business, sorry. And I decided now if I can give my business 100%, I can do way better. So I decided to get my savings and start over. And competition is not easy. It's there and it's healthy, yes. We accept all the competition in the market.
She says word of mouth has been her market strategy. Use of social media has grown her business from where she started.
I started with the family and extended to friends, and through all this I've extended to new people, and then I've met new friends through doing business with other people. I can't say the competition is there, yes, but customers are there and they always come to the best. They look at what are you offering, what is so special about your service than the other person who is out there.
Having unique materials has made her stand out from different home decorators in the country.
We decided to come out and help out a common mwananchi. You find that when you visit these big stores, the prices are quite high. And you find a common mwananchi will pop in and just admire the items and be like, now where do I get the money to buy all this? But for Amore, we bring in our items at a very affordable price. And we've also come up with a payment plan that customers can pay in installments, so that you just pay with time, then when you finished, you can have your item.
Taxi, committed ordering customers and sometimes going out of our way to please a customer, has been the challenging part of this line of business to her.
Our shipping agents at times delay bringing the items on time, clearing at the customs. Sometimes customers give you money to bring the items, and when they get here, they tell you they don't have money to clear the remaining balance. Now you find yourself, you've spent clearing at the customs, you spent money bringing all these items to the country. Now this person has left you with an item that you don't need. And we normally offer customization. So whatever item I bring was specifically meant for you. It was customized according to your taste. Now selling it out there is becoming difficult. And at times a customer pays and it gets here and they tell you they're not taking it. They need their money back because they have other commitments out there. Now you're left paying back at times and you're wondering now what happens. Because before we sat down and agreed that this is what you wanted, we agree that once it gets here, you clear upon delivery. Not once it gets here, now you're claiming back the money that you had paid. Yet I've also spent on clearing at the customs.
She wishes to open a big store soon, but for now, Amore Home Collection business is online.
And currently, we are an online store. We are on Facebook as Amore Home Collection, on Instagram as amore.home.collection, and you can also reach me on my telephone number. We are doing business worldwide. We are not only based in Kenya. We are importing items even to other people. There are people who order from Egypt, there are people who order from Rwanda, there are people who order from South Africa, Zimbabwe. So we are online, yes, and people have trusted us with the services that we offer, and they've entrusted us with their cash, and we deliver what they see.
We sit down with head of women banking at Gulf African Bank to enlighten us more about financial services for women.
Gulf African Bank is one of the commercial banks in Kenya. We started operations 10 years ago, so we're actually celebrating our 10th year this year. It's a milestone. And one of the key unique things about it is that we are the first Sharia compliant bank in Kenya. So we are the first to introduce Islamic banking as a fully compliant mode of banking. And the other unique thing about us is that we have a women banking department. The department was basically set up in 2015, and the essence is because we realized there's a unique role that women play. And if you're not able to tap into that uniqueness, then kind of you lose them along the way. So we set up the department in 2015, and it's called Anisa. Anisa means woman in Arabic. We started the department basically because we wanted to tap into the unique needs of women. And one of the things is, being an Islamic bank, you would say that we have Muslims who were left out, the women Muslims, because they will not go to any other conventional bank to do banking. So one of the things that we were addressing is to tap into that market that was already untapped at that time. So we had to open women-only branches. So we are currently the only ones in East Africa that have women-only branches. We have one in Isili, that is in Nairobi, the other one in Bondeni in Mombasa. So if you go to the branches, from the G4S or the Askari at the door, is a woman. When you go to the branch manager, it's a woman. As in, all the staff in the branch are women. The essence is to make sure that women can actually feel at home when they get into the banking hall. So they get in and they feel, oh, this is my other woman. They can easily talk, chat, and encourage each other, network at the same time as you do your banking. So the essence was also to tap into that untapped market, doing that it was currently not being serviced by the other conventional banks. The other thing we've done is, when you realize, when you go to any other bank, I mean, it's just open an account for women only and that's it. We wanted to go beyond banking. So one of the unique things we do as a Gulf African bank for women is we came up with what we call a CVP, Customer Value Proposition. So we focus on beyond banking services, not just opening an account. We look at, once you open that account, what are the benefits we can give you as a woman? So one of the things is women love to save a shilling. So we started discount. We've partnered with several outlets that offer discount, like Linton's Pharmacy, for example. We have Cake City for those who love cakes, for the children when you're doing the birthdays. So we focus on beyond banking services for them. And three things that have supported what we do is we've set up three key pillars. One of the pillars is empowerment, the other one is education, and the other one protection. So we look at what do we need to do to empower the women to be able to achieve what matters to them. What can we do to empower them with the education, knowledge, and information that will help them do whatever they need to do, not just by having an account with us? And how do we protect what they've worked so hard to achieve over the years? So under education, what we've done is we've come up with capacity building programs. So every year, we make sure we do a capacity building training to tap into areas where we feel the women need, if they're able to be empowered on that area, then they're able to move to the next level. The other thing is, apart from that, this training, we've made them a partnership with other institutions. For example, for the last 2 years, we've partnered with UN Women to do capacity building on procurement. Because you look at the biggest opportunity the government has offered in this country is on procurement. 30% of the procurement is allocated to women, youth, and persons with disability. So most of these women, and I think by June the report was out, that only 6% of the AGPO allocation had actually been taken up. And yet we're supposed to do that, move it to 30%. So we asked ourselves, how can we get into that field and see how we can support them? So we have insurance. Insurance, what we've done is we provided insurance for their cars. We have a product called Anissa Insurance, Anissa Auto Takaful. So basically the difference between the rest of insurance, you'll notice we've covered even the handbag. For us, the women, the handbag is key. It has everything and every content that we need in there. So we've provided insurance that is beyond just the normal coverage. So it covers your key if you lose your key for the car. We misplace the key sometimes. Or you get a bad incident where you're carjacked and you're forced to withdraw money from the ATM. So we cover part of that money that will be drawn. So if you're forced to withdraw money from the ATM, that insurance covers part of that. So we are looking at it's not just banking, it's looking at the woman, what is most important to them, and looking at how can we make sure when they come to us, they're able to access all this. So that is what we are doing currently.
Can you just explain to us on how the involvement of Kenyan women has been into this Anissa? How have they tapped into this Anissa, and is it working very well for Kenyan women too?
I said Anissa, we started women banking, or Anissa, in 2015. And when we started it, basically we looked at creating awareness for the women. There's a lot of potential, there's a lot of opportunities that women can tap into, but they're not able to because of a few challenges that they get. Now, we did a research with IFC just to identify what are the key areas that if we focus on, we'll be able to help the women. So one of the key things we realized is that most of them don't keep records. So they will go out, do their business, but if you ask them, can you sit down and show me proof of that you've been doing a business for the last even 2 years? They can't. They don't take business permits, they work from the house, they sell their clothes from the house, maybe they send from WhatsApp groups, they will send, I sell handbags, select. So they don't keep records of what they do. Purchases and sales, they don't keep those records. The other thing is, yes, you've said the government has allocated this, but do they know where to start? Do they know even how to register their business? So you would find, like, if you check our statistics, 60% of the Kenyan women actually have informal or unlicensed businesses. Out of the 5.8 million that we have who are unlicensed, 60% are women. So it tells you that most of them are not able to be reached even by banks because they're still in the informal settings. They're not banking. Like 45% are actually unbanked. They don't have any form of banking relationship. So that tells you that they're actually being left out. So our focus was, how do we get them on board? So like last year, what we did when we rolled out a program, we call it Supply Diversity and Inclusion Program. And the essence for that program was to focus on procurement. So currently, as it stands, one of the procurement policies that we have implemented is that allocation of 20% of Gulf African Bank procurement is allocated to women-owned businesses. So you've opened procurement internally, you've told them, go out and get jobs. If you don't come here, we will give you the jobs. 2, if you don't get the money, we will give you the money. 3, now we will sit down with you and train you on how to do it. So on the capacity building, we needed technical support. So we got UN Women on board, and they helped us with the technical support on how to do the training. So we got Women Enterprise Fund because we wanted them to tell the women, how do they get the government funds? If they can't come to us, the government is there. They've put aside some money. So we called them on board. We called KRA on board. You tell women that they need to do tax returns. They don't even know how to get a tax compliance certificate. Come and tell them, show them how it's done. So KRA came on board, did the actual hands-on training, trained the women. Any woman who came to that training and they needed a tax compliance certificate, they could get it on the spot, as in they were actually being done there. For us, who of course were salaried, with your P9, your returns you could be shown how it's done. So basically, the women became confident that KRA it's not just for coming to get your money. No. In essence, it actually helps you to know how to keep your money well and keep your records well. Because when you know you need to do returns, it means you have to know how much you've earned every month to be able to do the returns. The other thing, we got someone to train them on, an auditor. Simple bookkeeping. So they sat down and trained them, how do I keep my receipts? How do I keep a simple Excel sheet or a mathematical exercise book and keep my records? So we trained them on that. And I can currently say by the time we were finishing last year, 2017, we had trained over 700 women. We did it in Nairobi, Mombasa, and Nakuru. And we can say the impact was immense. We had, by the end of the year, we had done over half a billion on financing. Over 100 women had come for financing. We had financed them directly. And again, what did it do? It showed when it comes to repayments, the women were paying well. So it also shows the logic when we say that why do we do flexible collateral for women? It's because they're better payers. So their risk is actually lower than compared to men. This year, our focus has been not just internally, but how do we influence the financial industry to be able to open up its procurement? Because we've done it internally. It has worked for us. We are not the only one. We are one of the banks. We are over 40 banks. The financial sector includes the insurance companies. It includes SACCOs. So it means the opportunity, if the private sector can come in, there are a lot of opportunities that can be opened up for women. And what we are saying is the women have turned out to be better suppliers. They have taste, if I would say. So when it comes to details, they're very detailed. They will give you standards that you need. Yeah, when it comes to payment, they're very passionate. They're so afraid of not paying or defaulting. So they'll be quick to make sure payments come through. So that is one of the things we want to tell the financial industry. Open up procurement space for women-owned businesses because they're good payers.
You as Gulf African Bank, what are you doing to attract more women into the banking sector?
One of the things is opening up procurement. So we're telling them, come to us, not just for the account, we'll give you the job. So if you don't have a job, come to us. Yeah, we buy stationery, we buy pens, we procure bags, we procure everything. We do branding, we do banners. So there's job that we can offer you. The other thing we're trying to do to attract women is the flexible collateral. Like I said earlier, other banks will only go for title deeds as security. For the women, we don't just have unsecured. We use collateral like charters, household items. You have a TV, we can use that as collateral. You have a sofa set, we can use that. We ask the women, what do you have? We will use that as part of your security. Why? Is because there's a sentimental attachment to it. That is, if you tell a woman that, your sofa set, will be part of your security, they'll be more than happy. One is because they feel attached to that sofa set. So for us, we look at the woman is a bit different compared to the man. The title, the men are attached to the title. But for the women, it's what is within the home that they're attached to. It's only the women that we accept first-time LPOs. For the men, they have to have done at least 3 contracts for us to be able to finance them LPO financing. And the other thing, who does capacity building for free? Very few. We are not charging anything on capacity building. We get experts. Like the workshop that we did in August, we called procurement experts from insurance, from SACCOs, from other banks, so that people don't just see that it's just Gulf. We call them to come on board. You see, the woman, if they went and they wanted to see the procurement manager of a bank, it would be very hard for them. What we are doing is we are bringing them to them, and we are telling the women, come. We are not charging you, come and listen, because we know you will get what you need to get to grow your business and to upscale it. When you have done that, I get a better banking client. The woman grows. She's happy. She's going to speak about it. I'm also happy if she does that, because it becomes, you see, you won't talk of what is not good. You either talk of what is bad or what is good. So if you are able to give them what is good, then they will speak good, and it will bring more women to us. So that is what we are trying to make sure, that it's so easy for them to come and bank with us. And not just us. I mean, we want the women to tell their men and children to come and bank with us. Why? Is because if the woman is empowered, we said, the whole household is empowered. The kids will go to school, they have school fees. The mother is very confident when they goes to the bank. So the man can decide all the contracts to be given to the women, and they come for financing from us. They will still benefit from it. Yeah.
So you have a website,
Yes.
a women banking website. So how is it different from the normal banking that we see on websites here?
The website is so unique. You'll get everything that you need to know about women banking in Gulf Bank. So it's a one-stop shop for all products and services that are given to the women in Gulf African Bank. So instead of even you coming to the bank to inquire about what we have, you can go to the website, check all our products and services, any benefit that you can get as a woman from Gulf African Bank. The other thing we've done, we have a family hub. So the family hub, we've put information regarding family. Women are very passionate about family, and any information they can get that can support their families, they will go for it. So we've tried to get as much information so that the women, if they need any information, they can go and get it there. We also have a knowledge hub. So if you get articles that can benefit the women, we also upload it there. We also have experts. Now, if you're a woman, you're looking for legal advice, you don't need to start looking for a lawyer. Just go to the website. There's a lawyer who's there. Chat them. They will call you, ask them any question. It's pro bono. They will not charge you. They will only charge you once now you go to their offices, now you want services from them. But in terms of information, you'll get it first-hand. We have Chef Ali. Chef Ali will give you all the recipes that you need for those who love cooking. So we've gone beyond just banking services, like I said. So the website, you have experts, you have information that you need. We have partnerships that we've signed up on board. So if you need to know who do we partner with, who are our strategic partners, you can get them from that website. All the discounts that we offer women, you'll get them from that website.
What are the challenges you face?
So one of the challenges has been follow-up in terms of the impact for the training that we do, in terms of how has it changed their lives. What we've done to try and minimize that is we've done a bit of follow-up. So like after every training, we've tried to, maybe monthly, we call back a few just to hear their feedback. After the training, what did you do differently? The other thing is every time we do the workshop, we also ask for feedback. So we always collect feedback in terms of has the training added value to you, or is there areas that you feel, topics that were not covered that you feel can assist. So that is on capacity building. On financing, we still have challenges. For example, the government. Like I said, we do LPO financing, and we've been supporting the government allocation under the ACPO for financing. But we have a lot of delayed payments from the government. So that has been a challenge for both the women and the banks. And our request to the government is that if they have made this an affirmative action, then also in terms of payments, an affirmative action should be made, that priority should be given for payments to women, youth and persons with disability. So that is a challenge that has been there. The other thing is women are still not confident to go for the unexploited areas or male-dominated areas. So like, for example, I'll give an example. We've given 20% procurement. The government has allocated the same. But you would find most women will crowd in one area. Either they'll go to marketing, branding, stationery. So you would find they won't go for construction, big tenders, roads. Very few women have the courage to go to oil and gas. So it's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. And we're asking women, go for it. We are here to support you.
What do you think you will accomplish, at least in years to come?
Okay. When we started the Supplier Diversity and Inclusion Program last year, our intention was to make sure that women are procurement ready, so that they take up the opportunities presented to them, not just from the government side, but from the private sector. This year, our focus is this. We've done it as a bank. It has worked for us. It can be used as a case study.
For me, as a woman today, I want to join Gulf African Bank and ANISA. What are the steps that I should take?
Okay, very easy step. You just need to open an account. Our accounts are 1,000 shillings when you open. You just open and you get into the program. So when we have the workshops, we inform you so you can register online. We make it so open so that it's open to anyone who wants to be part of it. When we have this discount, immediately you join in, you access them. Because one of the unique things we do is when you open the account, you get a red card. So the rest of the not women genders, they will get a different card. They will get a blue card, for example. But the women will get a red card. So if you go to the discount outlets, you just need to flash your card and they will give you those discounts. So immediately you open an account in Gulf, you start benefiting from all this program. Something I didn't mention is the partnerships we've also brought on board. We have chambers of commerce who are our partners. Immediately you join in, it means any opportunity we get from the chambers, you access it. So you can be able to attend any of these forums that they have. The information is given to you. We've signed up with Women on Boards Network. So if you're aspiring to sit on the boards, we already have provided a platform for you. If you need training, we've partnered with Passion Profit to train you on how to start your business, grow it. So we have other partners because we can't do everything, but we get partners who can support the women in growing their businesses. So once you open the account, you have a whole network of all these partners because we will tell you who are our partners. Like I said, if you go to the website, you will get them. So information is actually there. The experts are there. So you're able to, you don't know where to register your business, the lawyer is there, they can guide you. They will tell you need 1, 2, 3 documents to register. If you don't know how to, they will also help you to do it. Okay? So we are trying to make it as easy as possible for that woman to be able to move from one level to another. If you need leadership skills, we have ACTIL. We signed up. ACTIL is an arm at Kenyatta University. They teach on transformative leadership. So if you need that, they're there for you. So all this network is basically to empower you as a woman to be able to move to the next level. And I promise you, you won't regret if you join us.
We appreciate your feedback on our social media platform at Fanaka Digital on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and check our Instagram page to tell us who you'd like us to feature. Each week on Africa's Leading Ladies, we highlight a powerful woman in history, and today we focus on the inimitable Huda Shaarawi. Huda Shaarawi was one of the leading figures in early 20th century feminism in Egypt and internationally. She founded the first philanthropic society run by Egyptian women where they offered services for poor women and children. In 1910, she opened a school for girls focused on academic rather than teaching practical skill like midwifery, which was common at that time. In 1919, she helped to organize the largest women anti-British demonstration. After Huda's husband died in 1923, she made a decision for which she is now famous. She returned to Egypt after attending a women's conference in Europe. Stepping off the train back in Cairo, she removed her veil in front of the crowd in public in rejection of the harem system, which kept girls and women separate from men. Huda Shaarawi influenced millions of Arabic women and people around the world. had for you this week. Hope to see you next week, same place, same time. I've been your host, Patricia Esikote.